Hi everyone, welcome to this video. My name is T. If you're new here, I really do hope everyone's day is going well. The hats are back. If you couldn't tell, the hats are back for a little bit because the hair is under construction. Yes, another color is loading up under this. I'm just in the mood for something new. Recently, Saweetie, who is a rapper, made Black Twitter headlines, and at first I didn't really pay too much attention to it because for public figures like Saweetie, people are always throwing shots at them, trying to disguise their disapproval as constructive criticism, when in reality it's just hateration. Saweetie had a birthday recently and she was gifted, I think, 2 Birkin bags by her boyfriend Quavo of the Migos. On top of the birthday, Saweetie also released 2 new singles, one called Tap In, which is a sample of Too Short's Blow the Whistle. Come on, classic, y'all don't know nothing about that. And another one called Pretty Bitch Freestyle, if I'm not mistaken. So, people were saying that, well, I mean, they were saying a lot of things, a whole lot of things. They were saying that she's appropriating hood culture, that she's mediocre and doesn't deserve her success, that her pretty privilege is her only redeeming quality. Like, so is Saweetie a mediocre rapper? To me, yes. But I believe we've progressed past requiring female rappers to be revolutionary in order to enjoy their music. I was watching Honest's video on Saweetie the other day, and he was saying that he views Saweetie as more of an image rather than a rapper. And I'd have to agree. I would actually say the same for all of them, really. You know, not just Saweetie, but Cardi, Cash Doll, Mulatto, City Girls, all of them. You know, my generation idolizes that influencer lifestyle of leisure and luxury and carelessness. And these women, not only do they embody that, not only do they personify that in their music, but also in their videos, their social media posts, etc., etc. That being said, I think that's why my generation doesn't really prioritize talent the same way other generations that came before us did. Because, I mean, if all we want to do is turn up, we don't necessarily need your double entendres or your creative wordplay. So let's move on to people accusing her of appropriating hood culture. Is it because she's rich now and she probably hasn't seen the inside of a hood in a couple months, maybe years? Is it because she has a college degree? Because I see y'all saying the same thing about Megan Thee Stallion. Like, what do y'all want these women to rap about? Legislation? When it comes to artists like Saweetie, Cardi, City Girls, Megan, as Black women, we should honor them because despite their riches and their success, they have still preserved elements of the hood and of the ghetto. Everybody knows that the hood is predominantly Black, and conveniently, it's almost always referred to with a negative connotation. And these women, they have enough money to completely detach themselves. They can detach themselves from the bamboo earrings and the long nails and the baby hairs and the cheap looking clothes and elevate themselves to what we know as, I guess you could say, classic Caucasian luxury. But instead, the earrings are getting bigger, the nails are getting longer, the wigs, oh my gosh, the wigs, they are getting more and more outrageous. Don't you love to see it? I do. Because these elements of Black culture have been ridiculed for so long, and they don't get accepted by the mainstream until a Kardashian wears it. So instead of assimilating women like Saweetie and Megan and Cardi, they're saying, no, I don't think so. Hood fashion can be luxury too. Y'all should honestly be happy that these women are creating their own lane of elite and maintaining it as a lifestyle, not just a costume or a trend. And then we have the whole Birkin bags fiasco. Like, okay, so first she's fake ghetto, right? And now that she gets 2 Birkin bags, she's fake luxurious? I find it quite interesting that we can sit here and watch shows like Housewives of Beverly Hills and Selling Sunset and, you know, just all these depictions of filthy, fucking rich white people just existing. We can sit here and watch HGTV and see these white couples and they talk about yeah, so I am a professional dog walker and my wife is a substitute daycare assistant, and on the sides we watch paint dry. Our budget is $5 million. We don't even bat an eyelash when that happens. We don't question it. But when a Black woman who worked, or in the very least came from a Black woman who worked for whatever luxurious lifestyle they're living, you're mad. You're mad? Give me some peace in this place, because y'all are making my head hurt. And don't just think that I'm only talking about Saweetie, because I see y'all commenting the same thing on the Jackie Aina and Aaliyah J and Keisha K. Yor. Why are successful black women specifically expected to maintain a sense of humility? Why them and why only them? And you know, the funniest part about it is the same people, the same humble police who's always like, oh, they too frivolous, they show off too much. Y'all are the same people talking about some, oh, black women deserve the world because they built it. Black women are the mothers of the earth, so they should enjoy the earth in all of its fullness. Black women deserve the world. But I guess when we actually acquire said world that you say we deserve, it strikes a nerve, huh? And then there's the people who say, well, you know, I'm not saying that black women can't enjoy nice things. I'm not saying that they're not allowed to live luxurious lifestyles. I'm just saying when you brag about spending thousands of dollars on one article of clothing, it supports capitalism. Okay, so you want to go there with it. All right. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. And I know you know this. So it doesn't matter if you're wearing a $500 shirt from Givenchy or a $5 shirt from Fashion Nova. Somebody, somewhere along the line, had to suffer cruel working conditions and or low wages while some big rich capitalist in the sky made millions of dollars, okay? So save it. Save the self-righteous act for somebody who gives a. The fact is, we do not award black women the same space to express their luxury, to express their success in the same way that we allow white women or just non-black women in general. This is why there is no black Paris Hilton. This is why there is no black Kylie Jenner. Not because there are not young black women who are rich like that, not because they don't exist, but because we are not, they are not, we, let's manifest, because we don't get to express that without demonization. That's why. That's what it is. Fucking duck. On to the pretty privilege thing. Does Saweetie benefit from pretty privilege? There are no ugly female rappers. They simply just do not exist because the music industry is still so heavily governed by misogyny and superficiality. I feel as though some female rappers like Saweetie, their beauty is just so exceptional and so spectacular, we as consumers subconsciously reduce our standards / expectations of talent because the beauty compensates for it, overcompensates for it, really. So Saweetie is clearly one of those women, and people are pissed about it. And I think it just adds insult to injury because she's seemingly aware, and rather than, you know, taking a step back and working on her lyricism, she is banking completely on her image and doing so unapologetically. People are not receptive to that. Okay, because we're used to women like Nicki Minaj, who is beautiful beyond words. But while Nicki was and still is beautiful enough to let her looks take center stage, she's also one of the most creative lyricists of all time. So way back in 2010, when Nicki first revived female rap, she set the precedent that you can't just be beautiful and sexy, you also have to be an exceptional talent. But fast forward to about 10 years later and we have women like Saweetie, and they're like, I beg to differ. But on a much larger scale, like as it pertains to the community of black women, I feel many women hold resentment towards women like Saweetie, you know, these exceptionally beautiful women who sit atop the hierarchy of beauty, who get to effortlessly live lifestyles that average looking women would have to perform miracles for. It's jealousy. I know we don't want to admit that. I know we don't. And I'm saying we because I just personally overcame this like 2 years ago myself. We don't want to sit around and admit that we're jealous of another woman for anything, much less because she's prettier than us. Like, what is this, high school? And an even harder thing to admit is that because she's prettier than us, her life is easier, right? She's getting preferential treatment damn near everywhere she goes, and her life looks like a movie because she is adored by society. It's understandable that we don't want to own up to that. Perfectly understandable, because it's not our fault. It's not our fault that our beauty is not considered exceptional enough to be used as a means of capital. But conversely, and this is what you have to remember, it's not their fault either. these exceptionally beautiful women, it's not their fault that their beauty awards them these privileges, because though they benefit from the system, they did not create it. I first heard this concept from Kim Foster over on her channel For Harriet, aka The Gospel. Love that channel, right? And honestly, it resonated so deeply with me. She said she cannot be upset at women who benefit from the hierarchy of beauty because they did not invent it. You guys, women do not create beauty standards. We never have. If we did, extreme beauty standards like the ones we see today would not exist. These standards of beauty were created by the patriarchy and survived through the beauty and fashion industry. And all the fashion and beauty industry does is prey on our insecurities, the same insecurities that were created by men. Getting a little hot in here, I'm getting a little passionate. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed my sermon. I hope you enjoyed all my theories. Those are my theories. That's why I feel like y'all all hot in your chest over Saweetie, because jealousy and hateration, and because y'all all expect, not y'all all, but you know, majority of you guys expect black women to adhere to this deceptive mystique of humility. Moral of the story, leave Saweetie alone. Leave all of them alone. Please. Let them be young and rich and frivolous. Just let them blow stupid dummy money on ridiculous items and rub it all in our faces. Let them go. It's fine. Get over yourself, okay? Let them bring hood elements to the Versace mansion, okay? Let them do it. It's not at a detriment to your life or your lifestyle, so let it freaking go, all right? Thank you all so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end. This was a, what's that word? Like, not jubilant, but it was like high energy. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Comment your thoughts down below. Would love to expand on this conversation. And subscribe for more content. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.